Hey everybody, this is Reborn here, going ahead and teaching a full Deep Dungeon Elite Speak Clear Deep Run as a damage roll. This can go regarding any profession as damage. I'm just unfortunately a Mesmer, since Mesmers, in my opinion, are overall best for damage. So you're going to have 4 rooms when you start off. Depending on what room you're in, you'll get picked off for at the beginning. You want to start off knowing if you're room 1, 2, 3, 4. Room 1 is the far right where the portal's at, and I'm in room 2 this run. So I'm going to be going straight to this room right here to the mid left. Room 1's far right, room 4 is far left. So it's 4, 3, 2, 1 right there. All right, anyway, no, other way. Sorry, 1's far right. Anyway, guys, so I'm into the portal. Regardless of what room you're in, don't get scared and say, well, you're only showing me room 2, guy. What about room 1, 3, and 4? It doesn't matter. All rooms are really the same. All you need to know in this is the fact that you need to spike the area once the aggro is safe, not aggroing Canoxa. You see how I ran up just to aggro the enemies. This Canoxy aspect, you do not want to touch them, basically the whole route. If you do mess with them, then you might end up causing an issue. So it'll end up wiping the room, maybe. So, all right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a cupcake and apple just because I like using those when I'm running. It's not required for this, but I would recommend it if you're trying to do pretty good speed with your run. So all you got to do here at the beginning is stay with the team, stay back, don't aggro Canoxe. All right, now that we have a restoration, you usually can just run by and it should be fine. So you move like a dwarf should be in your bar whenever we start the run. Otherwise, you're going to have issues if other people in your party don't have one. So I would definitely recommend having you move like a dwarf. I'll also be putting the build description in the bottom here for all the builds I have saved for different professions. Mesmer, Ellie, Necro, Monk, etc. Whether you're a healer or a tank, it wouldn't matter. It'll all benefit. So right now we currently are kind of in a mess since we have all of them. So I just type group room 2. That way everybody knows, hey, we're going to be in room 2. So that'll give us time to group up. All right, so the way this should work as a damage roll, regardless of what you are, your melee or caster, you always wait for the tank to actually group them up. Usually at the first area, which I'm circling right now, you don't really have a lot of organization as to, hey, where's the ball at? Majority of runs you do, you're just going to have a spike as is basis. So there's no real need for you to say, all right, well, where am I going to be spiking? You, in the most part, just need to know, hey, stick back until you know it's time to spike. And usually you know if the tank calls target, which you'll find out who's the tank by, usually a warrior or assassin, or you just go ahead and see when others are spiking, you can spike. Right now, I'm trying to target the Rits first. Usually the Irakanji Rits, these Darkins, are the first ones you want to kill. Those and the Scourge Mantas for this area. Always try to kill them first. The reason for is some of those res as well as they are monk healers, and you just want to kill them first. So this whole deep dungeon run is very straightforward and casual. So anybody can do it. Anybody's able to learn. It's not going to be no elitist run only. So you don't really need a lot of experience in Guild Wars to be able to do a deep run. It's really that easy. I mean, you really just click skills and follow the team, and the rest of the run goes smooth. But I'm pretty much going to be explaining the whole run. That way, when you guys do it, if y'all are new or old watching this video, you'll know exactly, hey, I know what to do. So anytime you have a Canoxe on you, you want to run away immediately. You saw how I almost died there. Canoxe aspect, that's the boss of this deep dungeon run. So throughout the run, you'll see multiple Canoxes as their negative aspect effects you'll see. And then you also will see the final boss Canoxe at the very end of this, which I'm sure should be exciting for some of you guys that have never seen it before. I think he's level 30 and he's pretty hard to kill. So here we go. Tank's going to go ahead and go in. We're going to wait on the tank to pull him back here. Usually I stay back to about right where I'm standing near this chest area is safe, and you shouldn't have any issues from there. And you just hang back and wait on the tank to bring the aggro back. That's really all you can do in this area. We've been in here for 4 minutes. We're about a minute behind right now. A good speed casual deep run will take about 19 to 21 minutes. Slow casual would be about 25 to 27, and anything over 30 minutes of concept is pretty much really weak and really mildly slow to where I would say you probably want to improve. So right now we have the tank that got stuck, so we're just going to go ahead and spike as is on a basis to see what goes on. So as soon as you know to spike, how did I know? So you see how the enemies were running towards us? I knew, hey, that's the time to spike. And the tank did not call target. That meant that, hey, he got stuck, so we needed to spike anyway. So what I mean by spike literally means just, hey, go ahead and use your skills and kill him, clear it out. So I'm going in and clearing. If I'm about to die, I almost died there. I just run back for a second and then I go back in and I continue killing. If you're a dervish or warrior, you can go in just like I am, except you're not using spells, you're going in with melee. So we need to ensure we kill all of these Leviathan mines before we go ahead and go and kill the next area that I'll show you. So right now we're focusing on the Leviathan mines before we do anything else. So now that we got that done, I'm going to go ahead and since nobody usually goes to this side, I'm going to go ahead and run over to the left side and kill these alone since I have some free time. So pretty much the safe route is to clear all of this area. That way you don't have to worry about them killing anybody when there's a recall issue. Recall issue, you'll see. I have recall, so you'll get to see exactly, hey, what do you mean by recall? What do you do in this area? I've heard you need recall for this run. So I'll explain exactly how that is now. So you see these pads right here where I'm standing? There's 5 little pad sacks here that I'm standing on to cause them to open this gate. So there's a gate up there. You see that gate I'm hovering over right there? There's a gate over there that you want to clear, to open before we can all make it through. So you bring recall just so the matter of fact that you're able to recall the tank and go ahead and recall on your pad. So basically you'll stand on one of the sacks after you recall someone. So there's a sack there. I stand on it. I'm going to stand on my sack now. Well, I call it a sack, but it could be a pad as well. You need 5 people on the pad for the gate to open. You see how the party members are running forward because of the gate is open for them. So now we wait. We wait for the tank to recall out. There we go. He recalled out. Now we're clear to spike. See how that worked? It's that easy. You're just waiting on the tank to do his part. So basically we waited for the tank to recall out and instantly we jumped forward with the tank. It's that simple. That's how the recall system works, if that makes sense. If you do not understand why we recalled, then basically read it says recall says you shadow step to the target ally when removed. So it automatically removed when the tank recalled out. So we automatically jumped to where the tank was. Why do we recall the tank? Because the tank is usually one with recall as well, and he's the leader of the party. So we go ahead and have him on the middle pad, and anybody on the left and right side, while I was on the left, went ahead and recalled the tank from there. So now we wait for the tank here. Make sure you go up far enough so you do not aggro the sappings. I usually go ahead and look for Canoxe, and I'll just go ahead and target him since I know it's going to be ready for him. All right, we go ahead and go in and spike now. So see, I'm targeting Canoxe. The reason I target him as an AoE damage is because I know he's not going to die first, and that means, hey, I got free time to cast AoE damage everywhere, and we're not going to have any issues with, hey, I don't know where to cast next. So I always just go ahead and cast on Canoxe first. That way there isn't going to be any drag for what we're killing next after one enemy dies. So a key tip real quick while we're waiting on this tank to pull the next area while we wait here. All you got to do between going through targets, if you see I'm pressing tab right now on my keyboard, tab, 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 that brings me to the next target. If I press call C, see how C brought me to the closest target in the area. I had to get some water. So that's the 2 key things you want to do whenever you're doing your spiking system. Systematic is make sure you have all of your stuff set up properly to where you know you have your skills adjusted to know when to use them. See, like right now, those enemies died. How do you know what to attack next? I just pressed tab and it went straight to them. I didn't have to worry about looking. All I did was press tab and it went straight to it. Or you can press C, C for being closest target. So it's that straightforward. The tank didn't pull all 3 groups, so we're going to wait for him to pull the 3rd one now. There's 3 of these outcast groups before you run forward. So he's going to go ahead and bring that 3rd group in, and we're going to kill it in about 5 seconds. Anyway, for the new guys that are watching this that haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe. Making plenty of guide videos. If y'all have any questions or ideas for me to make other videos for guides or any runs or dungeons or speed clears, feel free to ask. I'm willing to teach and open up to anything y'all need. So after we clear this area, it's about to be over, we're going to go ahead and run forward. I'll just type run. So we can run forward. There's no need to kill those after we got the main group done. So up here, these rangers are going to be attacking us from all corners. So all I do is left, right, left, right. I'm walking side to side, avoiding them. All right, so now that we're here, the tank is going to pull all of the Onis up here, the spawns, as you can see. So you're going to go ahead and spike these down the second that we have them grouped up. See how they're grouped up? I knew they were grouped up because you looked at your mini map right here and you saw one little dot, so you were like, okay, we're clear to spike now. So we're clear to run. So depending on your tactics of your team, and legit, we always run through here just because it's a wasted kill area with the aspect of us not being able to cast any kind of enchantment. So a lot of us die without that enchantment stuff. So go ahead and use your skills on Canoxe now and kill him. Kill Canoxe. I'm just trying to do some off damage over there. But Canoxe is the enemy that we want to kill. So once Canoxe is down, then we know we're ready to do the next part. Oh, bless me. All right. So now that we have the groups balled up here, we spike. So this is why I said earlier, this really is an easy dungeon that anybody can learn by sticking with the team. Being that it's a large 12-party team, it's really every area as a damage roll is pretty much not really leeching in a sense, but I would call it leech teach in a sense. So you don't need anybody to teach you. You can leech off the run to teach yourself. But this video is still a guide to see the nature and atmosphere of the routes you're going to take as a damage roll and getting a good commentary describing every part of what you're needed to do to be a good deep damage roll for this dungeon. So we just wait here, tanks grouping up the Onis so we can spike. So go ahead and go in the tank called target here. So we're safe to go in and spike these enemies now. Doing a good job as for all my viewers. I hope they think I'm doing pretty good. So we keep up the good job with this run. We're at 13 minutes, so we're pretty much on target with where we were expected to be, or at least where I was expected to be. So we're doing pretty good on time. So now we just need to make sure, hey, everybody needs to run. I lost my cupcake and apple, so let me go ahead and pop one now. That way I know, hey, I'm clear. All right, we're good to go on. There's no need to kill that Canoxe. We just run forward. So we're safe there. So now we need to wait until the whole team comes. So back there earlier, we followed the team. We didn't kill everything because this is a casual speed clear normal mode. We're not killing everything. We're trying to make it most efficient without having to make it a speed clear. So we're not skipping everything, but we're still getting the gist of what we need for the run to get the objectives needed for it, if that makes sense. We basically want to make sure that we are able to take anybody in the party without any issues. So we don't have any high expectation for what is required to make the run happen. So now that we're here, we're waiting on this Onis to group up. Once they group up, we can spike in, so we're good. So this is a mess, really, right this moment. You usually wouldn't spike like that, but the tank did not group them up, and we didn't have any Dervish following along, so we're just spiking away as we go. Okay, now that we have this area clear, we're ready to go ahead and do the next area. So basically, you see how we have these groups in the back running towards us as we do the front. So those areas, these enemies try to track us down. So usually we would have a Rit. This run, we do not have a Ritualist, so we have back aggro. When some of your runs you do, you might not see that back aggro. So at least for this run, we have it. So just always be alert to move forward and don't stop running. Like, don't not stop running, to keep running. That way you don't get stuck behind and die. You want to ensure that you're always up ahead. Because if you get stuck behind, you're going to end up screwing yourself and dying, basically. I just died, so I'm waiting on a res. So now we're waiting on the team to res up, and then we can keep moving. So we're about 3/4 of the way now. So we are staying with the team. I'm trying to help kill some of these right now. That's the reason that I'm here instead of moving up with the rest of the team, since we need to res some of these people. All right, so now that we have most people res, we're able to run forward and move on. So we're okay on time. We're at 17 minutes casual. Now that we are closer to getting to the end, um, we can move on past this area. Usually there's a group here of sappings you would spike, following just like normal. You don't have to see me do it, but normally there'd be a group of sappings here that we would be killing, but there's no need to see that since the dervishes in the tank already got those dead. So now that we are almost to the end, we're going to keep on moving forward. And we need to kill these Onis up ahead here while the tank does his little trick with glitching the group spawn here. But yeah, anybody that hasn't done the deep, this is exciting. Ones that are probably done this 100 times, this might be not too exciting, but at least you get a good commentary, understanding, and explaining everything's required and needed to be done as a damage roll for this deep dungeon run in Guild Wars. If y'all are watching this, viewers, and you do not have a guild or you're wanting to join our guild legit, we do plenty of runs like these dungeon speed clears and a lot of other stuff in the game. So feel free to message me, the Reborn Monk, or go ahead and get with anybody in Cameron and legit. All right, so now that we are to the point where we're safe to run, this is where I have Ebon Escape to run through and have a party support as we're running. So basically, I just support the party, healing others, and I'm running at the same time. So I can heal myself and other people using Ebon Escape. Very self-explanatory and straightforward. You move like a dwarf to cripple as we run too. But we don't have to kill all these Onis. It's just like before when we were running past the outcast area earlier down the stairway back there. For the ones that were watching that area, you remember we had to skip that area for a reason. The reason we skipped that area was because that we didn't need to kill all of that to make this a successful run and to make the time as fast as possible. So all we did was go ahead and clear out what was needed, and then the rest of it you can just run by. It's not really skipping, it's making it a more efficient run so you don't see yourself not doing, like more than needed to make the run done at a fast pace. If we were to kill everything as we went without running, it would add an extra 15-20 minutes. So instead of us doing this run in 20 to 25 minutes, it would be like a 40-minute run. So now that we're here, we are able to be at the end, guys, for the new guys watching. Let me get some water. There's the Canoxe boss right there that we are going to be killing. We're just going to wait on the tank to do his part. He's going there in there, knocking down Canoxe twice. We run to the right while Canoxe runs to the left. And now that we're at the end, we're able to annihilate Canoxe. Yes, annihilate, kill him. He's level 32. See how big he is? The other Canoxes were very small. Look at how big this one is compared to the others. Very small. All right. So all you do is have your fun just killing them. That's all you need to do here. Nothing else. And use you move like a dwarf. He's about to use the refuge. See how I used you move like a dwarf on the refuge. Just keep on killing. Don't give up. So we ended up doing the run in 21 minutes. So instead of the 25 to 30, we did it in 21. So this was still a casual clear, and you got your in chest. So any questions y'all have regarding this run, just let me know in the description commenting. If there's any specific builds for profession that I might have not given, then just let me know. There's more out there than just damage. So that's it for this run. This is Reborn out from Legit. Thank you for watching.